Growing crops in containers at home offers variety of benefits and requires an understanding of specific characteristics to ensure that there is success in what you are growing. Harvesting and yields. Container gardening can yield surprisingly high amount of produce relative to space used, particularly with intensively planted crops like salads, greens. Choose crops that can be harvested multiple times, like herbs, for ongoing harvest throughout the season. Hello my people, welcome back to the channel. Kindly, if you're new, consider subscribing, hit the bell button so that you'll be notified for every video that we shall be posting here on our channel. Today we are going to be sharing with you new ideas about these crops that are being grown in containers. How do they perform, and their roots, do they grow long, or they also need what we call a wide area or small area? So let's watch this video until the end and see what are these characteristics, how this home agriculture is doing well. Size and space. Choose varieties that are naturally smaller or more compact, such as dwarf or bush varieties. Crops should have a moderate root system to thrive in limited soil space. Deep-rooted crops requires larger containers where they can be grown. It's not that every crop that you are growing in container you must measure the capacity of the roots where they are going deep. Growth habit. Select crops with growth habits that suits containers gardening, such as upright plants like tomatoes, bell peppers, and some herbs. Vining plants. Some vining crops like cucumber or pole beans can be trained to grow upwards using trellis and maximizing the space. Tomatoes, they grow going up and they need support where they can climb from other poles. Maybe it can be a simple stick where they can climb on and they get that support where they can produce their younger ones. So these crops and also these beans, they require the support for them to grow upright. Variety selections. Many seeds companies offer specific varieties breeds for container gardening, enhancing the chances of successful growth. Consider the growing season crops to take advantage of peak growing periods. There is selection of seeds. There are seeds that are specifically grown in container gardening. Most of them are vegetables. That's why you see some farmers who carry out home gardening, and even, of course, when I talk home gardening, there is growing of different crops in containers and many others. So there is selection of seeds. You cannot bring the cassava and you plant them in container. No, that is unacceptable. Actually, it cannot even perform well. It cannot do well. We also have seasonal conditions. Choose crops based on seasonal temperatures and growing lengths to ensure successful harvest. Container gardening is a versatile practice that allows homeowners to grow vegetables, herbs, and flowers in limited space. Maybe you can grow cassavas if you have big containers, very big containers. You can also grow cassava in containers, but make sure you have very big containers, those wide containers, to enable you to grow cassava. And also these bananas, make sure you have big containers that can have access of managing the capacity of that crop, which is covering the large space when it comes growing them in container gardening. Light requirements. Many containers crops prefer full sun. Understanding light requirements is crucial for placement. Some crops like certain leafy greens can tolerate partial shade and also suitable for less sun areas. It is required for you as a farmer who is carrying out this process of planting crops to have the access of the space where there is enough light for your crops to grow well in your small garden. Many crops will require space because there is what we call fidgeting of the crops, and once they are fidgeted, you'll have to apply what we call pruning, and these crops, they need spacing, and if you space them, they be independent to have the access of sunlight and sunshine. So these home vegetables that we grow, these crops we grow at home, they have also what we call these roots which cannot go deep in the soil. So we use containers to grow those vegetables because they have roots which cannot go deep in the soil. So that one make them to be the best crops that can be grown in containers, catayas like the way I do, and also other containers that can be grown or that can access this method of growing the vegetables and other crops in containers. Watering needs. Containers plants typically dry out faster than garden soils. Crops with higher water needs like cucumbers and lettuce may require more frequent watering. Good drainage is vital to avoid root rot. Ensure containers have drainage holes. Well, some crops requires high drainage because they need lots of water for them to be stable and grow and produce good yields for you. Those crops, cucumber, tomatoes, require what we call excessive watering. They require excessive watering because they need the water for them to be there to grow well and produce. You find that you will have to have the available water on your home or an area where you are practicing home gardening. These crops that are being grown on home gardening to enable you to have what you want from them. So cucumbers and tomatoes require water for them to perform well. Soil type and quality. Use a high quality potting mix designed for container gardening, which provides good drainage and aeration. Container crops often have limited nutrients access, so regular fertilization is necessary. These crops that you have planted in containers requires consistent fertilization, but not too much because they don't hold these fertilizers that you have applied in them for a long time like those ones which are in large gardens. So it's better to have good fertilization in your container gardening at your home. That is the end of our video. Kindly let's share the video, guys, and I wish you the best, guys. Let me hope you will also watch these videos here that are being popped up on this screen, on this video that you are seeing. So let's watch these videos also. I wish you the best, guys. I salute you. Have a perfect weekend. Bye bye.